Good evening. Good evening, girls. You can write anything in our chat. Let me know if you can see and hear me well. Hi. Hi, how are you? Okay, good. Okay. Okay, what is wrong with the sound? Let me know. Yeah. Okay. Give me a second. So good. Let me see. About now? Is it good now? Let me know. Good. All right. So girls, first of all, hi everyone. Because actually today, not only you are looking at me and watching me, today we're having live stream on YouTube. So some our followers are going to watch our lecture on YouTube. So maybe that's why the sound was not very good. But anyway, everyone is welcome. Again, my name is Yana. If there is someone who sees me for the first time, and you are very welcome our lectures where we meet every Tuesday and Thursday. And here is the live stream for girls who actually joined for the first time. So you can see how our course is going on. My sister is watching you on YouTube. Very nice. I'm very happy to hear that. So everyone is welcome. I'm very happy who is joining our lectures. Today we're going to have a very nice topic, but I'm checking the sound and everything. So I hope it's good. Let me check the translation. Yeah, the live stream seems to be okay. So I hope everyone hears me very well. The sound is good. The video is good. Yeah, good. So girls who are here on Zoom, hi, how are you? If you want, as usual, you can switch on your mic. You can speak a little bit. I'll be very happy to hear you today. Is there anyone who is new today on Zoom? Because I can see some unique names. So is there anyone who is new? Or no? You know me? Probably you do. Okay, so one more time, maybe if you don't know, my name is Yana. I'm an English teacher, and here we have our lectures, English for Girls, every Tuesday and Thursday. We talk about different girly topics usually, but the topics are different every month. So, okay, how are you? Stefania, do you want to say hi? Do you want to say hi to your sister?
Yes, hi. Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Nothing special, just relax.
Okay. How is the weather in your city today?
Now it is sunny, but
Good.
an hour ago it was raining.
Oh, it was raining. You know, in all of Ukraine, the weather is like that these days. What about the evening? Do you have any plans for the evening?
I think no.
No. Okay, good. So just relax.
Catching some
Good.
fish. I don't know.
Sorry?
Maybe catching some fish.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
Do you like
We have like
fishing?
a small. No, but my sister catched, I think, 10 fishes 2 days ago. So because I
So your
had
sister is with you right
yes,
now.
yes, we're together.
So cool. So you're spending some time together. Very nice. Very happy to hear that. So your sister caught some fish, and maybe you are going to do. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay, sounds like a good plan for the evening. Do you like cooking fish after catching it?
Me too, but my sister not.
Your sister not. So you changed the rules.
Yes, she doesn't at all. So.
Really? So she likes catching, but not.
Yes.
Okay, so interesting. It's like maybe, about me, maybe girls, I'm originally from Ivano-Frankivsk region. It's like closer to mountains. So I used to go, I used to pick up mushrooms in my childhood. And I like this activity like a lot. Every summer, come to my parents' house, and I'll go to my parents' house very soon. I like it a lot. But about eating mushrooms, I'm not that sure, like I'm not a fan of mushrooms, but picking up, yeah, I'm a fan. So that's the same. Okay, nice. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else? No? Maria, I have two Maria. I know one of you for sure. Do you want to say hi? How are you? Or not today? Probably not, but in any way, thanks for joining. And today we're moving on. We start our new lecture. Good, someone else is joining. So let's wait a second. Darina, hi. How are you? If you want, you can switch on your mic and say hi. But if not, you can write in our chat. And at the same time, I'm sharing my screen. Girls, do you see my screen? Let me know. Perfect, thank you. Good. So today we're going to talk about a very nice topic. It's called Toxic or Not, Relationships English. So here is my question. Have you ever heard the phrases red flag, green flag in English? And what do they mean? Because nowadays it became very popular to say it's a red flag or it's a green flag. Now I'm wearing red. I'm not a red flag, I hope, but I'm just wearing that. So we're talking about some red flags and green flags. Do you know what is that, or do I need to talk about that? Just write yes, no. If you know it, yes, you know it. On Instagram, it is a very popular topic for reels. Absolutely. Thanks, Stefania. Absolutely. There are lots of reels, about that. And actually, there are, I do believe that there are some reels which actually lead to overthinking. Sometimes we tend to think too much about that, but still, it's a very nice topic to discuss. And today we're doing that. I'm very excited about that. So let's start. A red flag means danger, a warning here. A warning, yeah, I can share the sound. Yeah. Warning, it's something dangerous, and a green flag means safety, health, or good behavior. So usually it is very popular to say those terms in a relationship, like friendship, relationship. Remember, we talked about relationship, and let's talk about that a little bit more. So one more time, in Ukrainian, we say стосунки as something in plural, right? But in English, when I say relationship, it means only one relationship. Yeah. Only one relationship between me and, for example, someone else. So a relationship between me and my boyfriend is one relationship. A relationship between me and my sister is one more. Relationship between me and my students, one more. And altogether, three of them are called relationships, right? So we have make plural. Do we have it somewhere here in plural? Yes, we have relationships. In Ukrainian, we already say стосунки as singular and plural, like as one and two. But in English, relationship is only one between someone, right? And relationships are a few of them, right? So it's very popular to talk about romantic relationship, That's why I say one relationship, because it's a romantic one, but also it can be in friendship, you know, or any other relationship, co-workers, family relationship, and just in society between me and you, right? A teacher and a student. So, but still it became the source of becoming popular is relationship, a romantic one. So we start talking about that. Here we have a very nice video on TikTok, and let's watch it. I'll share the sound. Let me know if everything is okay. From live stream, which we have on YouTube. Let me know.
Relationship.
Is it good? Do you hear that? Relationship? Is everything okay with the sound? Perfect. So we are going to watch a video. Thank you so much. From TikTok. Here we go.
Do you ever see a red flag and just think to yourself, like, is it that red, though? You know what I mean? Do you ever see a red flag and just think to yourself, like,
do you ever see a red flag, like a completely red flag, and have you ever said something like,
is it that red?
Is it that red though, you know? So this is a funny video which often shows that sometimes we see that it is a red flag, but somehow we want to work on it, to change it, you know, kind of to make it a green flag. But remember, this doesn't mean a green flag, you know? So today we're talking about that in order to differentiate what is a red flag and what is a red flag, sorry. Yeah. And it doesn't mean that it is a good green flag, right? But let's discuss that together. What makes a relationship toxic? What do you think? Write your ideas in our chat. Try to think. For you, what does it mean when a relationship is toxic? You can also switch on your mic, girls, and you can speak, remember? We are trying this. Yeah, by the way, for girls, maybe who are watching on YouTube, we are trying this new thing. We're trying to speak during our lectures because we have some people, and it is a very good idea to practice your speaking, right? Not just listening. It is also good, of course, but very nice to say something. So, selfishness, complaints, okay. About selfish, I do agree. I do agree. If the person is selfish and thinks about only themselves, it's very hard to have any kind of relationship with them. Complaints, right, if it is too much, of course. What else? Control, ignoring. I like it as well. I absolutely agree about control. I don't like being controlled. So yeah, ignoring. Good. More ideas. Girls, I like it. Do you have any other ideas? Avoid discussing of important topic. Yes. I like your idea. Very good. Avoid discussing an important topic. All right. So we have here ideas of a bad relationship, of a toxic one. What about a healthy one? What makes it healthy? Any ideas what makes a relationship healthy? I will start here, maybe. Listening to your partner. Good. Partnership, support, speaking, spend time together. Good, partnership, support, speaking, spend time together. I like it very much. Here I would like to add, so speaking to each other and listening to each other, not just hearing, but listening. Because, you know, in Ukrainian, it's basically the same, but we say hear as чути and listening слухати, right? So it's very important not just to listen to the person, but hear the person, right? So I'm not talking about the physical way, yeah, but yeah, to listen, to pay attention at it. Ability to be happy about one's achievements. I like it. A very good option. Just imagine having a relationship when the person is not happy for you when you achieved something, I don't know, or bought something very nice. Nice. I like your ideas. Good. It's good. So for now, let's move on. And we'll discuss it a little bit more. But before that, we have a few interesting facts and also a quote about that. Here, healthy relationships are associated with higher life satisfaction and better mental health. So just be attentive what kind of relationship you have. It doesn't matter which one, a romantic one, a friendship, just a relationship with your colleagues, just in social life. If you're having a bad mental health because of that, maybe that's not the relationship you should be in. So try to think about it one more time. Red flags often appear early, but are ignored due to emotional attachment. That's the video we were watching, you know, like sometimes when sometimes we even notice those red flags, but sometimes not. Green flags include active listening, you see, listening, active listening, mutual respect, and emotional safety. The best relationships teach you, support you, and make you feel safe. I really, really like it because that's for sure about feeling safe, about support, but about teaching you. It's a very nice one. It's very important to be able to learn something new, being in a relationship, in a comfortable zone, like in your comfort zone, and still improving and changing. Here, not less important thing, setting boundaries improves self-respect and prevents toxic dynamics. Remember, we were talking about setting boundaries, встановлення кордонів, boundary. Usually, we talked about border, but usually it's something physical, but also can be something abstract. But when we talked about встановлення кордону in the context, we use this phrase. This is word boundary. So setting boundaries. Emotional abuse can be subtle, like little, and difficult to recognize without awareness. So you even will not see that, understand that, but you are emotionally abused. That's why you are feeling mentally bad. So try to pay attention at that. And the last, mutual understanding and trust are predictors of long-term relationship success. Very good facts. And now we're moving on. Let's learn some examples of red flag. So let's see, what is a red flag? Controlling behavior. When someone tries to dominate or monitor another person's action, often restricting freedom. That's controlling behavior, and that's a red flag. He doesn't let me go out with friends. That's controlling behavior. Pay attention. The word behavior can be also spelled like that. I'm writing it. I will write it here in the picture. Not like that. I will write it here. You can see that. What's wrong? Here. Let me delete it. Here, behave. Behavior can be also spelled like that. Here you see with U letter over here, so I cannot highlight it. Behavior. Here is without U. Behavior without U, it's an American way of spelling something, and behavior with U, it's a British way of spelling something. And actually, it's a very popular thing in lots of words. For example, color, favorite. Any other ideas? Actually, there are a lot. Behavior, color, favorite. I cannot remember anything else, but actually there are words when we omit U letter, and that's American way of spelling. Good. Move on. Gaslighting. Gaslighting is manipulating someone into questioning their memory, perception, or sanity. Sanity, it's a very nice word, which means глузд, здоровий глузд. For example, it's like, you remember this situation like that, and then the person starts, you did it, you said it, you didn't do that, you didn't say it, and you're like, yeah, maybe I didn't say it, and that's called gaslighting. She kept saying it didn't happen, even though I remember it clearly. It was gaslighting. I can see a message in our chat. Let me see. Abuse. Is it one more example of red flags? If yes, of course. Yes, of course. I hope we will have it, but if not, thank you. We'll come back to that in the end. The next one we're going to talk about is guilt tripping. Guilt, вина. You don't have translation here, but guilt is this. And guilt tripping is making someone feel guilty to control or influence them. Even imagine if you are not guilty, you feel guilty just because someone said something like that. So he guilt trips me into saying yes to things I don't want to do. Crossing boundaries. Remember, set boundaries, set your boundaries, and someone is crossing them. Crossing boundaries means ignoring or violating someone's emotional or physical limits. She keeps reading my messages. That's crossing my boundaries. Yeah. The next one, jealously. Jealously, suspicion or insecurity in a relationship. Jealous, ревнивий. Відповідно, jealously is a noun. His jealousy is getting out of hand. He doesn't let me talk to anyone. Here is a very nice thing, get out of hand. In Ukrainian, we have a very nice, not idiom, but I would say it's an idiom, відбитися від рук. Найбільш дослівний, цікавий переклад. But we have other options of translation is like вийти з-під контролю. Something like that, get out of hand. But basically, the best translation, literal, connected to hand, це відбитися від рук. So it's getting not controlled. Passive-aggressive behavior. It's expressing anger or dissatisfaction indirectly, but still you feel that, and you have pressure because of that. Instead of talking about the issue, she gave me the silent treatment. That's passive-aggressive. Absolutely. The next one is blame shifting. Blame is a nice word, which means вина. So blame shifting is avoiding responsibility by blaming others, right? So imagine they are guilty, but they do something or change something, they shift it to you and you are guilty. So that's called blame shifting. He always blames me for our problems. It's classic blame shifting. Love bombing, girls, remember we were talking about that. We weren't talking about dating, remember? So overwhelming someone with affection or gifts to gain control. At first, he sent flowers and texts every hour. It was love bombing. So, when you meet a guy and when he knows you for a few days or for a week and he is already, I love you, you are the most beautiful girl I ever seen, and all of that stuff. Why do they do that? Because we love attention. We as human creatures, I'm not talking about girls only, All of us, we love attention, we love compliments, and we love being said good words, right? So we love with our ears, and we listen to all of that, and tend to fall in love faster than usual. So this love bombing actually is a red flag. All the time I hear something like that, it's like, no. So it's a red flag for me, love bombing. Walking on eggshells. Sorry, checking the YouTube. Walking on eggshells is a very nice idiom. That's an idiom already. Eggshell, imagine you have an egg, then you crack it, egg falls down, and that's a shell. So that's called eggshell. You know, it's so little. So walking on eggshells, being extremely careful to avoid upsetting someone. Ходити на шкаралупках від яєць. In Ukrainian, we have an idiom sorry. Ходити на наших кінчиках пальців, ходити на ципочках. How do you say that in Ukrainian? Girls, help me. What is the Ukrainian option of that? Walk on eggshells. Yeah. We don't have... Навшпиньки. О, дуже гарне слово. Thank you. I was looking for that. Так, ходити навшпиньки. Wow. Ходити навшпиньки. I can see other options. Ходити по мінному полю. We also use that. І навшпиньки. So that's walking on eggshells to avoid, like, to be very careful, just to avoid some problems. I feel like I'm walking on eggshells around him. Sasha is joining. Sasha, hi. You are welcome. Thank you for joining our classes. I haven't seen you for a while. How are you? Well, Sasha, hi, girls. Welcome back. Very nice. Thanks for joining. So here we are moving on. Sasha, we're talking about red flags and green flags, a very nice topic. So now we're working on red flags, the examples. So here the next one is toxic dynamic. Toxic dynamic is an unhealthy repeating pattern between people. They fight, break up, get back together. It's toxic dynamic. So when people do that all the time, because for example, I don't like breaking up all the time, you know, and then getting back. For me, it's better to break up once and that's it, you know. Like, despite all the fights and everything, I don't like breaking up all the time. I think it's very energy consuming. So here is the nice video, the red flags you keep ignoring. So let's watch the video together. It shouldn't be a long one. Yeah, 5-minute videos. So let's watch it. What kind of red flags we keep ignoring? Is it the truth or not? You can see the subtitles and you will hear the sound. Let me know if everything is good with the sound, okay? We'll start.
There's a familiar expression that captures a deep psychological truth. When people tell you who they are, believe them. What does this mean? That certain people constantly reveal to us some of their deep-seated inclinations towards unkindness, treachery, vanity, and selfishness. They make no bones about their cowardice or greed. They may simply and in broad daylight declare their harmful natures and take no precautions in offering up stories from which a negative moral is blatantly clear. But for our part, we miss every one of these clues. We remain too hopeful, too naive, too much on the other side, and not enough on our own, to trust in the omens we are witnessing. And in the process, we may destroy our lives. Imagine someone who never returns any of our generosity, or someone who tells us they didn't mean to hurt us by flirting with other people, but continues to do so regardless. Or someone who intermittently disappears without warning, or someone who again and again responds with defensiveness to ideas that matter to us, or someone who greets every warm comment from us with curt, dismissive replies, or someone who never invites us to meet any of their friends, or someone who is half-hearted in saying thank you, or always says maybe when we need a yes, or someone who never asks us anything about ourselves. All these are, in their way, extremely clear communications. They are ways for our interlocutors to tell us, in ironclad terms, in effect, I am not to be trusted, I don't respect you, I have other things that matter more to me than you, your feelings aren't a concern to me, I don't love you, I don't have a moral code, I'm not accountable, and I will put my comfort far above your needs. One would think that such alarming truths would immediately enter our consciousness and lead us to walk away and defend our interests. The problem is that some of us are not remotely built to notice the attacks on us by others. We listen and we look, but the deeper import of what we're witnessing evades us. Yes, of course, the other person does seem a bit distracted, we can concede that, but perhaps they're busy or exhausted or taken up temporarily with other thoughts. And yes, it's true that their behaviour isn't entirely gentle or considerate, but isn't it the case that they were pretty kind to us a year ago and once promised to take us out for a treat, even if they did later forget to do so? The thing we can't do is lay appropriate and proportionate emphasis on the darkness. The truth that we have a dangerous con artist or worse on our hands constantly escapes us. And the reason is simple. We were never educated to despair correctly of people who frustrated, neglected, ignored, tantalized, or blindfolded us. We weren't able to squarely acknowledge the harmful nature of those around us when we were children because these people happened to carry the title of parent or caregiver. And no child can afford to give up cleanly on those on whom its existence depends. No child can believe in the full bad news of their families of birth, which is why the truth gets twisted unbearably. My father is lovely, he's just a bit tough. My father did care for me, he just got married to someone else. My mother is sweet, she's just busy. My stepfather is nice, he just looks at me a little bit strangely at times. From this enforced generosity towards the harmfulness of others, we develop a lifelong bias towards not believing bad news from people in our circle. When we end up in a relationship with someone who, beneath a sweet manner, constantly disrespects us, it may take us 5 years to wake up to the humiliation. The last thing on our mind is that someone close to us could be a disreputable turncoat, even though the signs may have been piling up and all our true friends knew it from the start. Once we wake up and learn to properly believe the negative verdicts we're being served up, there will, it is true, be far fewer individuals we'd ever consider dating, working with, marrying, or continuing to spend time around. That sounds like a pity, but it's an even greater pity, indeed a tragedy, to keep insisting that certain people are decent, about to take us seriously, or are faithful, when they're not. We need to finally and fairly give up on those who betray us in order to recover a lost loyalty towards someone we've neglected and disrespected for far too long. Our vulnerable, worthy, true, intelligent selves.
Yes, it's a very nice video. If you want, I can share it with you in our chat because I do recommend you watching it one more time. Because, you know, I've been watching it for a few times, and all the time I started watching, I started thinking about the points he was talking about, and then I lost him, and then again and again. But actually, it's a nice video to think about and to consider all kind of relationships you have in your life. Here I can see the question interlocutor. Interlocutor is a very nice word. It means a person who you are talking to. Співрозмовник in Ukrainian. Interlocutor is the pronunciation of this word. Right, so here was one of the explanations why people do have red flags and why do we ignore red flags. So first of all, it's family. the thing, because of having red flags, they can be different, absolutely different, starting again from family, starting from childhood, and all our life, some traumas, or just being a bad person. That's it, you know? So it also happens. But why do we keep ignoring red flags if we notice them? That's a nice question to talk about. This also comes from our family. Sometimes in our family, we just say, it's my mom, you know, or it's my dad. So we try to protect them despite the fact what was happening. Was it in your family, mom, dad, siblings, like brothers, sisters, cousins, friends? You learned to protect them because it's your family, right? Then you grow up, you have a pattern to protect someone, right? Even if the person had done something bad to you, you're like, no, they love me, you know? It was just like, I don't know, not intentionally, it was something bad, but you know, actually it's a very, very big red flag if it continues happening all the time, if the pattern is repeating, you know. So if you ask a person to do or not to do something once and they stop doing that, or on the contrary, right? So maybe that was a mistake. But when you talk about the same topic for 5 times, that's already a repeated pattern. And that's a red flag if nothing is being changed. So actually, it's a sign for you to think about that. I hope you don't have any red flags to be considered in your life. I mean, in a relationship between different people. And, you know, I remembered one Ukrainian phrase, very funny one. В ході розслідування головне не вийти на себе самого. So if you start thinking about something bad, I hope you will not have red flags in you. You will not find any red flags in yourself. So just try to be attentive with those red flags, because it's a nice thing to talk about in order to avoid any other situations. But now let's talk about something else. So let's talk about the green flags. I like it as well, because it's something positive. So the first example of a green flag is emotional safety. Emotional safety, feeling secure and supported emotionally. With her, I feel emotionally safe. I can be myself. I guess it's clear. Mutual respect. Both people value each other's opinions, feelings, and boundaries. Mutual respect means listening even when you disagree. Mutual respect. Healthy communication, open, honest, and respectful talk between people. We talk about everything. That's healthy communication. Shared values, having similar beliefs, priorities, and goals. We both believe in honesty and independence. We have shared values. Active listening, a very green flag, fully focusing, understanding, and responding to what someone says. He makes eye contact and responds carefully. That's active listening. Accountability, taking responsibility for actions and mistakes. She apologized and admitted she was wrong. That's accountability. Encouragement, supporting someone's growth, dreams, or confidence. He always encourages me to try new things. A very important thing. Respect for boundaries. Remember, boundaries. Acknowledging and not violating someone's personal limits. He never pushes me to share more than I want. That's respect for boundaries. Trustworthiness, being reliable and honest. I can tell her anything. She is completely trustworthy. Consistency, acting in a stable, predictable, and kind way over time. He's always kind and calm. I appreciate the consistency. Right. Some more examples over here of green flags and red flags. You can have a look, because now we're moving on. We're going to have the activity when you're analyzing different situations, and you're going to say, is it a red flag for you or a green flag. But before that, for example, they respect your boundaries, it's a green one. But they want you to spend all of your time with them, it's a red one. So, for example, for me, it's a big red flag. I like to spend time on my own, being with myself, doing something on my own. So, because I work with the people all the time, and that's why for me it's good to be with myself, right? So I do like it. Also, it's very bad when they are overly controlling and lack trust. But a good one, they are open, honest, and clear communication. Pay attention. In nowadays English, it's very popular to say they instead of them. Коли ми не знаємо особу, в старій англійській колись писали he, she через slash, because you don't know who is that, a girl or a boy. But now it's very popular to say they instead of he, she, and just say they like it. For example, when you also, it's popular to say when you don't want to talk about the sex of the your partner, for example, or just a person. Yeah. Here are examples here. The ones we were talking about: lack of communication, love bombing, conversation are one-sided, you know, when one person is not asking questions, or is just a listener, or is not speaking. And one more interesting information. It was a new information for a lot of girls last year. In English, separately from red and green flags, we have beige flags. Beige – це бежевий, буквально beige flags. So beige flag, it doesn't mean it is something bad or something good. It is a kind of a thing which means like a feature or of that person, you know. It's neutral, just like the color beige. It became very popular on TikTok in 2023, which describe action that border a weird but don't quite cross over into creepy territory. So it can be different. Let's have an example. I had TikTok videos here. Yeah, here.
What exactly is a beige flag man? Ladies, let me explain. If a green flag man is Mr. Perfect or Prince Charming, and a red flag man is toxic, a beige flag man is kind of like a worn-in sweatshirt. He's the type of guy who you're just comfortable to be around all the time. He's real, he's reliable, he's steady. He may even seem slightly boring, but guess what? This is the exact type of man that you want to be in a long-term relationship with. And guess what? He might not be that type of guy who's going to show up romantically all the time, giving you flowers and gifts. But he is the type of guy who's going to be there for you when you come home. And when you're upset, he's going to really care. Remember, ladies, life isn't always black or white, red or green. Sometimes it just happens to be beautifully beige. Tag a girlfriend if you feel she has completely unrealistic expectations about men. And I love having you as part of my community. What exactly is a beige?
So that's beige flag. You know, it's not something good or not something bad. It's just stable, which means something neutral, closer to you know, she said that sometimes it might seem to be boring, but basically it's just beige flag, you know, it means safety. So try to think of that. And now we're moving on. Flag check, let's decide. Here we have some ideas, and you're going to write in our chat. Girls, don't be shy, just say write in our chat, red or green. So red flag or green flag? Just a sec. So let's start. I hope you're ready. He says he doesn't like, he or she, you change it to your partner, but I'll say he as it is written like that. He says he doesn't like dogs and doesn't understand why people keep them at home. Is it a red flag for you, a green one, or a neutral? Neutral is like beige, you know, like You're okay with that. It's nothing special. A red flag. Sasha, thank you for finding this cool red flag. Girls, don't be shy to write in our chat. Agree, just to take part in that. He says he doesn't like dogs and doesn't understand why people keep them at home. Red flag. I mean, not me. I mean the shirt. That's it. Okay, let's take the next flag. We have, she never apologizes, even when it's clear that she made a mistake. Again. Red one. Again. Okay. Let's discuss the next one. He always listens carefully when someone talks about their problems. It doesn't mean you, any other people. Okay, green. Okay, green. Sasha, do you have the emoji of a green flag? Because it seems to me we don't have a green flag in emojis. No, we don't have it. But okay, I think, no, just a white one. You're trying. I know. It seems to me we don't have a green flag in emojis. But that's a green flag. Okay, let's discuss the next one. She laughs when someone makes a silly mistake in front of others. I like how you started sending red flags. She laughs when someone makes a silly mistake in front of others. Agree. Okay, the next one. He wants to win every argument, even he's not completely right, but he just wants to win the argument. A red flag. Of course. The next one, she remembers small things about you, like your favorite color or your birthday. Like birthday, oh, wow, how you matched at the same time you send the green heart. Okay, so sweet. Yeah, maybe birthday is not that little thing, but like favorite color, favorite dish, or I don't know, something you don't like, something special. Good. He often talks badly about his friends when they are not around. He often talks badly about his friends when he's not around. Red. Just imagine having a friend like that. The next one, she always says thank you even for very small things. A green one. Green. Green. Good. The next one, she checks her phone without asking because she's just curious. Curious means interested in it. Red flag. So that's a red one. I see. Yeah, you can write your comments here. Good. The next one, she supports your goals even if she doesn't share the same dreams. Be attentive. She supports your goals even if she doesn't share the same dreams. Imagine you want to have a family, but they want to have a perfect career. And they support you, but at the same time, they work on career, not family. But they support you with having a family. What is that? Difficult question. Absolutely. Because seems to be good, right? You have, like, kind of, it seems to me it's very hard to build a relationship with the person. You have different goals, you know, if you have different goals in life. So like, it's very hard to build a relationship, but at the same time, it's very important to have a person who supports you. But how can you build a good life together if you have only support but no? I decided that is a red flag for me. For me, it's also closer to a red flag, not a green one. Because, you know, this supporting your goal sounds very good, but what if the person thinks, actually, that's a bad idea? What, for example, if I start a business and my partner supports me, but from the very beginning, he knows that it's a bad idea and he doesn't share my dream, but support me? I think, and then I lose my business, I lose my money and everything. And he is like, what? He could say me, he could tell me in the beginning, that's a bad idea, let's do something else, right? Like, I see it like that. So maybe if you see it in any other way, just tell me. I'll be very happy to see the situation from another perspective. Depends on the dream. Absolutely. Question with a pitfall. I like it. Yes, it's a question with a pitfall, because I kind of imagine dreams like big dreams, you know, what kind of dreams can be common in a relationship, right? Like, together we have a relationship for what? For like being happy, and what is our goal going together? Family, maybe career, maybe business, right? So something like that, something big. Of course, there are smaller ones, but I do imagine something big. But it depends, of course. Take this one. He says very rude things and then adds, I'm just being honest. He says very rude things and then adds, I'm just being honest. A red flag, of course. The next one. She gives compliments in a natural and kind. You don't see that. Sorry, girls. This one, I'm just being honest. She gives compliments in a natural and kind way. A green one. The next one. He gets really angry when someone disagrees with his opinion. A red one. Okay. She posts photos of you online without asking if you are okay with it. For example, your partner, your friend, your colleague. Again, a red flag. Beige. It's a beige one for you. Okay. He is always polite to people who serve food or clean. A green one. She is always on time and respects your schedule. A green. This one. She's always on time and respects your schedule. Green. Green. Okay. He talks loudly during movies and doesn't care if others get annoyed. A red one. Red. Red. Okay. She offers help when someone is struggling without waiting to be asked. Struggling, it's having some problems with, having difficulty, struggled with something. A green one. Green. Page. Okay, so it's a beige one for you. This one. He makes you feel calm, safe, and respected when you're with him. Green. Green, okay. So we're taking the next one. She refuses to talk about her emotions and says it is not necessary. A red one. That's it. Red. Red, okay. This one, he speaks respectfully about his acts and doesn't create drama. Green, green. You see how all of us have it green for access? Absolutely. She always offers to share her food or a drink without hesitation. Hesitation, вагання, сумніви. She always offers to share her food or a drink without hesitation. Green, a green one. He says you shouldn't wear certain clothes because it's not appropriate. Red. I can see how fast you are with that. It's a very red flag for me. I don't like it. I hate it. It's a red one. But you know, also it depends on the situation. If it is really it's not really appropriate, like, you know, not means like he means too short or something, but if it is too, I don't know, something is not according to the dress code where I go in somewhere. But still, it's a red flag, you know. I think the recommendations can be given in a better way. The next one, she loves learning about new cultures and is curious about different ideas. Curious, remember, being interested in something. Green, green. He never texts first and only answers with 1 or 2 words. Red, red. Yeah, that was the last one. I hope you liked that. We are done with that. And here, I have one more video, 6 green flags on dating you should know. They're always, we discuss them. But here is a very nice video to watch. 5 relationship red flags you should never ignore with Steve Harvey. I like this person. He has very good interviews and TV shows. So if you want, I can send this video in our chat. I will share it with you. Welcome back. It's loading. Ladies, I would like you to listen real good. Леді, хочу, щоб ви послухали мене дуже добре. It's a very nice video to listen to. And the previous one, yes, of course, I will send you the previous one, of course. Just to differentiate the red flags, right? So just be attentive what kind of flag you have. And, you know, also remember that social media is changing our lives and our limits in a very serious way. So sometimes when all social media shouts, it's a red flag, it's a red flag, it's a red flag, and it's okay for you. So just don't let social media ruin your life, you know, because actually it changed a lot. So try to be really attentive. Is it really a bad thing? Or it is not bad for you, so you feel okay about something, right? So just trust your feelings, not anyone else. in random videos, social media, even me, you know, because something what is not okay for me is okay for you, and something what is okay for you is not okay for me. We have different people, we are different people, we have different boundaries, different limits, and just different perspectives. So the main thing, it is comfortable for you, right? So that's the thing I wanted to tell you, and basically that's it. I'll stop sharing my screen. I hope you liked our lecture. Thank you for your green hearts, girls. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you. I'll be waiting for you next Thursday according to the schedule, where I'm going to have a very nice lecture. Let me see. What is the topic? I've sent you the videos. So, dating language, 18 plus. Very good. It's going to be very nice. So, I'll see you on Thursday according to the schedule. For now, relax. Have a great evening and see you soon. Bye-bye, girls. Bye. Have a great evening. Thank you. Thank you too.